AI salaries look unreal right now. You see numbers like 150K, 180K, even 250K, and it feels like a gold rush. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most developers chasing AI salaries will never reach them, not because they're not capable, but because they misunderstand what those salaries actually represent. And that creates a dangerous illusion, because it makes you think the path is straightforward. Learn AI, get paid more. But in reality, the path is selective, and most people are filtered out long before salary even becomes relevant. Those headline salaries you see? They're not the market, they're the exception. You're looking at the top 5%, elite roles, elite companies, elite candidates. But the rest of the market looks very different, and that's where most developers actually land. And those top roles are not just about skill, they're about positioning, timing, and credibility. If you don't understand this, you end up chasing numbers, instead of building the profile that actually earns them. Companies are not paying for AI knowledge, they're paying for something else. Signal that you can build systems. Signal that you can handle ambiguity. Signal that you reduce risk, not create it. Anyone can learn tools today. Very few people can take responsibility when those tools fail. That's the difference companies are pricing in. And that's what separates high salary from average pay. Most developers follow the same path. Take courses, build a few projects, update resume, then expect a salary jump. But the market doesn't reward effort. It rewards perceived impact. Because from your perspective, you've done everything right. But from the company's perspective, you still look like someone experimenting, not someone they can rely on. Your portfolio isn't competing with beginners. It's competing with thousands of similar portfolios. Same chatbot, same RAG demo, same dataset, so your AI experience becomes invisible. And when everyone looks similar, hiring managers default to the safest choice, not the most enthusiastic one. Which means your effort doesn't stand out. Even if you worked hard on it, hiring managers are not thinking, who knows the most AI? They're thinking, who can I trust with this system? Because AI systems are unpredictable, and bad hires are expensive. AI increases uncertainty inside companies, and uncertainty makes hiring more conservative, not less. So the bar goes up, not just for skill, but for judgment. High salaries go to people who own outcomes, not features, not experiments, outcomes, people who can design, debug, and stabilize AI systems in production. These are the people who stay when things break, who debug unclear failures, who make systems usable, not just impressive. That's what companies are really paying for. This is where most people get stuck. They bring entry-level thinking into a market that expects senior-level ownership. That gap is the reason salaries feel out of reach. And this mismatch creates frustration. Because you feel qualified, but the market doesn't see you as ready yet. That gap is not about intelligence. It's about signal. The AI job market has 3 layers. Tier 1, tool users. Low differentiation, moderate pay. Tier 2, builders. Better pay, still replaceable. Tier 3, system owners. That's where the real salaries are. Most developers never move beyond Tier 2. Not because they can't, but because they never shift how they think about their role. They stay focused on building, instead of owning. First shift, stop positioning yourself as someone who knows AI. Start positioning yourself as someone who solves problems using AI. That's a completely different signal. This single shift changes how recruiters read your profile. Instead of learner, you start looking like a contributor. And that alone increases your perceived value. Your projects need to show depth, not just outputs, but decisions. Why this approach? What fails? How do you recover? That's what hiring managers look for. Anyone can show a working demo, but very few people explain trade-offs, limitations, and failure paths. That's where your differentiation starts. And that's what makes your work credible. Shift your thinking from building features to driving outcomes. Did your system reduce time? Improve accuracy? Lower cost? That's what justifies higher salaries. Companies don't invest in technology for the sake of it. They invest to move a metric. And if you can show that clearly, you immediately move into a different salary bracket. Your goal is simple. Make the hiring decision easy. Show reliability, show clarity, show ownership. Because high salaries follow trust, not hype. Every hiring decision is a risk calculation. Your job is to reduce that risk before they even interview you. If you do that well, salary becomes a consequence, not a negotiation. AI salaries are not a myth, but they're also not for everyone. They go to people who signal ownership, not just knowledge. If you shift how you position yourself, those numbers stop feeling unrealistic. They start becoming reachable. So don't chase the number. Chase the signal behind the number. Because once you understand that, you stop feeling behind and start moving strategically. Subscribe to build an AI-ready career.